On English Bites, we find out about a plan to solve employment problems in some country areas. There aren't enough workers in the Grampians with the right skills to fill every job. But a scheme to train people to do a range of jobs might have the answer.
The wine industry in the Grampians Pyrenees region is booming. Wine production is expected to triple in the next 6 years, and another 800 hectares will be planted with vines. Recently, some wineries have had to employ teams of Cambodian fruit pickers from the Yarra Valley and import workers from other regions to meet seasonal demand. Vineyard managers like Dale Clark would prefer to employ and train local workers to plant and prune the vines and pick the fruit. But because the industry has taken off so quickly, there aren't enough locals around with the right skills.
We just can't seem to get any local workers whatsoever. We're having to get workers in from other regions because there's just a big shortage of them here.
It's the same in the shearing industry. Rod Alexander has had to hire workers from New Zealand to help keep his farm running. To tackle the worker shortage, the Grampians Pyrenees Regional Development Board has come up with a novel solution. In a Victorian first, it's formed the Seasonal Worker Network, which is made up of employers, TAFE colleges, job networks and labour hire companies. The network aims to train 80 locals who can be employed across a number of seasonal industries and end up with full-time work.
They could go from the wine industry. The pruning side of things takes place from, say, June to September during the year. They can finish in the vineyard then and then go into a period of shearing. Then they could maybe move back into the vineyard through summer doing some vine training, and then maybe move into the meat processing side of things through late summer.
Certainly ripe enough.
Vineyard manager Derek Loy teamed up with a job network last year. He employed and trained 20 new workers and says the move has paid off.
Clearly they were all enthusiastic to achieve as well, so we worked through those people, and out of the 20 people we started with, we finished off with 18 of the same people.
What's been the attitude of workers that you've helped to coming back to places that they've worked before?
Oh, fabulous. Yeah. Part of our role is we engender a bit of loyalty as well, not just to the industry, but if we can to the employer.
For years, Patricia Robertini has been travelling around Victoria in search of work. But with the prospect of ongoing employment in the Grampians Pyrenees region, she's decided to settle down there.
It doesn't worry me what it is, it's just working every day. It's different doing other things, but yeah, you get the hang of it.
Seasonal workers who take part in the training at TAFE colleges will get a skills passport, a pocket-sized book listing the courses they've done and their work history.
So the aim is that when a worker arrives at a location, he's got proof of the training he's done, proof of the work that they've done, and that gives everyone a level of confidence that they have the skills and can do the job.
It's going to build a bigger community on the broad picture. We're going to have the likes of younger people in the area wanting to stay, to build communities, to spend money. It's going to be better for the country.
Today's story is from the Grampian Pyrenees region, a rural area in Victoria. There are many businesses in the area that offer seasonal work. Seasonal means occurring during a season only, not for the whole year. Seasonal work is work done during part of a year. For example, fruit picking is seasonal work. There's only work to do when the fruit is ripe. It's seasonal. But there's a problem. Let's hear more.
We just can't seem to get any local workers whatsoever. We're having to get workers in from other regions because there's just a big shortage of them here.
They can't get any local workers. Local means from a specific area. Local workers are workers who live in and around the area. He says we can't get any local workers whatsoever. The word whatsoever means at all. It's used to add emphasis to a negative phrase. You could say there is no milk whatsoever, or I had no interest whatsoever in that subject. Listen again.
We just can't seem to get any local workers whatsoever. We're having to get workers in from other regions because there's just a big shortage of them here.
They're having to get workers in from other regions or areas because there's a shortage. A shortage is when there's a lack or not enough of something. There aren't enough workers, but the people of the region have come up with a plan to solve this problem. They've formed the Seasonal Worker Network. Let's hear more about it.
The network aims to train 80 locals who can be employed across a number of seasonal industries and end up with full-time work.
Here, a network is a group of people who have some connection. The network aims to train or teach 80 locals. So the group teaches people to have the skills that are needed in the local area. Once the people have been trained, they can work across a number of seasonal industries. Here, across means in every part of or in all of. The word industry describes the people and activities involved in a type of business. The plural of industry is industries. Seasonal industries are those that take place only at a certain time of year. So people are trained to work in a wide variety of businesses that need workers at certain times of the year. Because the workers are trained to do many different jobs, they can have full-time work. What kinds of jobs will they do?
They could go from the wine industry. The pruning side of things takes place from, say, June to September during the year. They can finish in the vineyard then and then go into a period of shearing. Then they could maybe move back into the vineyard through summer doing some vine training, and then maybe move into the meat processing side of things through late summer.
They do many different types of jobs. They might work in the wine industry, pruning from June until September. Pruning means cutting plants so they grow better. Then they can spend some time shearing. Shearing refers to cutting the wool off a sheep. They can work in the vineyards again through summer doing vine training, making the vines grow properly. Then through late summer they might work in meat processing, preparing meat for sale. Each of these jobs only lasts for a few months, but if someone has the skills to do them all, they can be employed full-time. What do the locals think about the plan?
It's going to build a bigger community on the broad picture. We're going to have the likes of younger people in the area wanting to stay, to build communities, to spend money. It's going to be better for the country.
It's going to build a bigger community because people will stay in the area if there's work they can do all year. And if people stay, they'll be part of the community and will spend more money there. And that's all for today. For more, go to our English Bites website. You can watch the story again, read the transcript, get help with words, phrases and points of grammar, and even do a quiz.